The eviction notice is taped to his door again. This time, it's for $12,000. I know because I still have friends in the building who send me screenshots. He's got a newborn in there, 4 other kids, a wife who's only known him a year. And last month, he took 30 days off work. No pay, no savings. I'm sitting here in my quiet apartment, the one I pay for entirely alone, staring at the text from my daughter's teacher about her school supplies. And all I can think is, this is it. This time, he finally falls. And God help me. I'm praying he does. I still remember the exact moment I realized my ex was never going to change. We were married 7 years. 7 years of me working 2 jobs while he looked for something better. Every paycheck of mine disappeared into rent, groceries, his stress relief purchases, new sneakers, takeout, a motorcycle he rode twice. If I asked for receipts, I was controlling. If I cried, I was overreacting. If I left money in the joint account, it was gone by morning. When I finally filed, he cried to his parents the same night, told them I was abusive, unstable, that I was keeping the kids from him. They believed every word. They took him in that weekend, him, our daughter, and the 2 boys he had from before we met. 4 years. 4 years he lived in their basement, rent-free, bills paid, groceries stocked, while he recovered from the trauma I caused him. I watched from the outside, scraping by as a single mom with 0 child support. Every month, I'd see the photos his mom posted. Family dinners, new clothes for the kids, vacations they gifted him. My daughter would come home from weekends with new toys. She said, "Papa's mommy bought." I bit my tongue so hard it bled. Then one day, the texts from his sister started, "Mom and Dad are done. He's not even pretending to look for work anymore. They're giving him $10,000 just to leave." I laughed out loud when I read it. $10,000 after 4 years of free room and board. A going-away present for the parasite. He took the money, moved into a 2-bedroom apartment with his new girlfriend, now wife, and all 4 kids, posted on Facebook about his fresh start. Within 6 months, the first eviction notice hit, $6,000 in back rent. The case went all the way to court and then vanished. I never found out how. Maybe another loan. Maybe he sweet-talked the landlord. Maybe his new in-laws helped. The silence after that hearing felt heavier than the fight itself. A whole year passed. Then, 3 weeks ago, the new notice appeared. $12,000 now. Court date set for next month. And that's when he did the thing that made my blood run cold. He took an entire month off work. Unpaid. With a newborn at home, with an eviction looming. I know because my daughter mentioned it casually. "Daddy's home all day now. He says he's resting." Resting. While the marshals get ready to change the locks, I lie awake at night running the numbers in my head. He has no savings. I know his patterns better than anyone. His new wife works, but 1 income for 6 people plus a baby? They're already behind. If her dad steps in, they might survive another round. If he doesn't, I picture them in a hotel room. Kids on rollaway beds, baby crying, him on the phone, charming someone new. And part of me, the tired, furious, battle-scarred part, hopes no one answers that phone this time, because my daughter deserves a father who at least tries. And I'm so tired of watching him get bailed out while I build a life for her with nothing but my own 2 hands. The court date is circled in red on my calendar, 32 days from now. I keep the calendar on the fridge so my daughter can see it too. Not the details, just the little heart stickers for her soccer practices and school events. She doesn't need to know why mommy sometimes stares at that red circle like it's a bomb timer. I've stopped asking mutual friends for updates. It felt too much like stalking. But the updates find me anyway. A screenshot here, a casual comment there. Heard they're really struggling. The wife posted about needing prayers. The landlord changed the locks once already, but let them back in after some promise. That first eviction, the $6,000 one, still haunts me because of how it just disappeared. I replay it in my head like a bad movie. He went to court, the judge ruled in the landlord's favor, Marshall was scheduled, and then silence, no moving truck photos, no desperate Facebook posts begging for couches to crash on. Nothing. Best theory from his cousin, who still talks to me sometimes. The new wife's dad paid it off quietly. 1 big check, no questions asked. He's family now, the dad supposedly said. Family. After 11 months of knowing the guy, I wanted to scream when I heard that. Because while that check was being written, I was sitting in my car after a 12-hour shift, eating cold fries so my daughter could have hot dinner and new winter boots. No one wrote me a magic check. No one ever has. Now the $12,000 suit is moving fast, faster than the last one. The landlord isn't playing this time. No more payment plans, no more one last chance. The paperwork I saw, don't ask how, lists every late fee, every bounced check, every ignored notice. It's a brick wall. And he's still acting like it's a speed bump. A week ago, my daughter came home from her weekend visit quiet. Too quiet. I asked what was wrong. She shrugged. Daddy and new wife were yelling about money again. And the baby cried all night. I hugged her tight and changed the subject. Inside, though, something twisted. Not pity for him. Never again pity. But a sharp, protective ache for my child who still has to walk into that chaos every other weekend. Then came the kicker. He posted a story on Instagram. Him at a lake, shirt off, beer in hand. Caption: needed this reset hashtag mental health matters. Posted the day after he was supposed to be in a wage garnishment hearing for back child support. He's 6 months behind on that too, by the way. I screenshotted it before he could delete it, stared at it until my eyes burned. A reset while eviction papers are taped to his door, while his newborn daughter is probably sleeping in a car seat because there's no crib money, while my daughter asks me why daddy's always tired, even though he doesn't work full weeks anymore. I deleted the screenshot, but I can't delete the rage. Part of me, the small, mean, exhausted part, wants to show up at that court date, sit in the back row, watch the judge's face when the numbers are read aloud, watch his shoulders slump when he realizes this time there's no parent, no in-law, no magic benefactor waiting in the hallway with a checkbook. I won't go. I can't. My daughter doesn't need that image of her mom gloating in a courtroom, but I'm rooting for gravity, for consequences, for the moment the floor finally drops out and he has to feel, really feel, what it's like when the world stops catching you. Because maybe then he'll look at his kids, all 5 of them now, and think for once about someone other than himself. Maybe then my daughter will get a father who shows up sober, on time, and actually present. Or maybe he'll just find another victim to latch onto. Either way, this time, I'm not holding my breath for a bailout. I'm holding space for justice. And it's been a long time coming. The red circle on the calendar is closer now. 15 days. My daughter asked why I keep looking at it. I told her it's just a reminder for a grown-up thing. She nodded, satisfied, then went back to coloring a picture of our little family. Me, her, the cat we adopted last summer. No dad in the drawing anymore. Not even a stick figure. I didn't comment. I just kissed the top of her head and felt something settle deeper in my chest. The latest update came yesterday, unasked for, from his sister again. She doesn't sugarcoat anymore. They're packing, not by choice. Marshall's coming next Thursday. Landlord won't budge this time. Wife's dad said no. Flat out refused to take them in. Told her if she wants to stay married to him, she can figure it out on her own. Apparently, there was a screaming match on speakerphone. Everyone heard. I read the message twice. Then I set my phone down and walked to the kitchen, poured a glass of water, drank it slowly. My hands weren't shaking, but they felt like they should have been. No bailout, no spare room at her parents' house, no magic check. Just consequences, finally arriving at the door with paperwork and a badge. I thought I'd feel triumphant. Victory parade in my head. Instead, I felt quiet. Like the storm I'd been bracing against for years had finally broken, and all that was left was the wreckage and the clean smell after rain. He's still posting, by the way. Not as much, but enough. A photo of the baby sleeping on his chest. Caption: through it all, this little one keeps me going. I almost laughed. Through it all, like he's the victim of circumstance instead of the architect. My daughter's last visit with him was last weekend. She came home with the same quiet she's had lately. Told me they ate cereal for dinner because the kitchen stuff is mostly packed. Said daddy hugged her extra tight and told her he's sorry if things have been weird. She asked me if daddy's moving far away. I said I don't know yet. She said okay, then asked if she could still see him sometimes. I said yes, of course. Because no matter how much he's failed, she didn't choose him. She just loves him. And I won't take that from her. But I also won't pretend he's changing overnight. Rock bottom doesn't come with a personality transplant. It comes with cold nights, hard choices, and maybe, if he's lucky, the first real moment of clarity he's ever had. I don't know what happens next Thursday. Maybe they crash on a friend's couch, maybe a shelter, Maybe the wife takes the baby and goes to her parents alone, leaving him to figure out the rest with 4 kids who deserve better than motel rooms and empty fridges. I don't wish homelessness on anyone, not even him. But I do wish reality, the kind that stings enough to wake someone up. Because I'm tired. Tired of carrying the weight while he floats. Tired of explaining to my daughter why daddy promises things he can't keep. Tired of being the only one who shows up every single day. So when that marshal knocks, when the locks change, when the excuses finally run out, I won't cheer. I'll just breathe. And keep building the stable life my daughter already has. The one I made with no help, no handouts, no second chances handed on a silver platter. Just me, her, and the quiet knowledge that sometimes the best revenge isn't something you do. It's what you don't do anymore. You stop catching them when they fall, let gravity finish the lesson.